Ed Gonzalez, Harris County Sheriff, joined here by Captain Haverland, also with the Harris County Sheriff's Office. This morning, Harris County Sheriff's Office deputies received an in-progress call for service this morning sometime after 5 a.m. at approximately 5:20 a.m. Upon arrival, they found an adult male and an adult female that were deceased inside the residence from apparent gunshot wounds. There were also a 7-year-old child inside. I understand the couple were foster parents as well as two adult son and daughter, I believe, in their 20s that were inside the household. The decedents are described as being possibly in their early 50s. At this point, we have an active scene investigation going on. We have both our homicide detectives and crime scene investigators on scene. We are reviewing, obviously, the scene information. Just because of the condition and the placement of the bodies, it's hard to tell right now if any weapons are inside. So we're approaching it that this could either be a murder-suicide or it could be a double homicide. But there's obviously those things are going to be investigated. There are previous calls for service here involving an ex of the female, so we're going to be investigating that as well. We're not saying that person is involved in any way, or again that there's that this is a double homicide or anything. We simply don't know at this point. So we've got to conduct a thorough scene investigation until we have better information. And so we'll know a little bit later this morning, especially when the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences comes on scene. They begin their medical investigation, that then we could have a better idea of exactly what happened. But a very active scene right now in terms of the follow-up, and that's what we have at the moment. Esta mañana aproximadamente las 5 de la mañana recibimos una llamada. Al llegar los oficiales de la oficina de alguacil del condado de Harris, encontraron a los dos adultos que estaban muertos aquí en la escena. Los dos habían recibido balazos. En este momento no sabemos si fue un suicidio y un asesinato o si fue alguien que le disparó a las dos personas y es un homicidio doble. Entonces vamos a estar investigando eso. En el momento de los hechos había un niño de 7 años dentro de la casa y dos hijos adultos en sus 20 años de edad, y la pareja era como en los 50. No sabemos la edad exactamente en este momento. Entonces vamos a hacer una investigación. Si hay antecedentes en este local antes, que parece ser que eran con una ex pareja de la mujer, pero no sabemos si esa persona estaría involucrada o no, va a ser parte de nuestra investigación. Any questions?
Yeah, Sheriff, is there any way you can recap who was all in the house again and their ages?
Yeah, we had the two adult individuals that are now deceased, the homeowners, adult male and adult female, early 50s. There were two adult children in their 20s, mid-20s that were in the house, a male and female, I believe, and there was a small child, 7 years old. I'm told that the couple were foster parents. So that's who was in the household at the time, and they're all accounted for right now.
Where's the child?
The child is currently with a neighbor right now, just to get him away from the scene and determine what next steps will be.
How's everybody doing?
I haven't had a chance to talk to everybody. At this point, I've heard, obviously, they're pretty stunned and shocked about what happened early this morning, to be awakened by that. And so hopefully we can get them some answers and get to the bottom of it and find some justice for the people, if that's what happened, or if it's a tragedy of domestic violence, murder, suicide, then obviously at least we could know that as well.
So they heard the gunshots early this morning?
Correct.
Were they sleeping?
Yes, they were asleep and they were awakened by shots, and then they ran down and found both parents, obviously deceased, inside the residence. They're both in different locations within the house.
You don't have no reason to believe that the adult children could be suspected in any way?
At this point, everything's a consideration. You know, we're not going to rule anything out. We'll just take our time and be methodical in our investigation, and then determine where the evidence leads us.
Algo así, eran hispanos, dijeron algo los hijos de la pareja, los que son más grandes.
No sé de la raza de ellos en este momento.
Y los hijos que están entre los 20 años están colaborando con ustedes.
En este momento están colaborando, pero va a ser parte de nuestra investigación, ya que todo se calme un momento, poder ver exactamente qué escucharon y qué es lo que pasó dentro de la casa.
¿Dónde estaban ellos cuando ocurrió?
Estaban durmiendo dentro de la casa en sus habitaciones.
Sheriff, what time did this happen again?
At approximately 5:20, so we received the call for service, so it would have been sometime around 5 a.m. or so, something like that.
Okay, and the adult children in their 20s, is this a brother and sister? Or?
That's my understanding, yeah. I don't know all the family connections just yet. It's still early on, but that's my understanding, brother and sister.
And a gun hasn't been recovered?
Not yet, but it's just the placement of the bodies. It's kind of a little bit of a disarray, just the way the initial scene is, and we're not going to tamper anything until we get our crime scene investigators to start processing everything first.
And this is a husband and wife.
Correct.
Does it appear that maybe anyone broke in the home, or?
We don't see any immediate signs of forced entry, but again, all of this is still preliminary. As I always like to say, we may have missed something. We got to get in there. I'm just giving you all the initial information just so that I can know kind of what we're working with. But all those things are things we'll be looking at and canvassing the area as well in case any neighbors saw or heard anything, or that they may have any camera footage.
Do we know how many times they were shot?
Not at this point.
Sheriff, it's your understanding that the couple and the adult children and the foster child of people in their 50s, they all live there together?
Correct.
Normal?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sheriff, this is the first homicide of the year, or?
No, I believe this is now our. Not sure if it's. We had one on New Year's Day early on. We did solve that case, and so this may be maybe our second one or third one. I'm not sure yet. Yeah.
¿Habían armas adentro?
Pues no sabemos todavía si hay armas adentro, o si hay arma alrededor del cuerpo. Todavía no sabemos eso todavía.
Are they checking for surveillance too?
Yes, you'll be checking for that.
And right now, you said there's no signs of forced entry, or they're still looking at that too?
They're going to look at that as well. It's just, we got to just take it, step by step. We'll see if there's anything. Nobody has said anything about anything being forced or anything like that so far. But again, we'll double check and make sure we're not missing anything.
So right now, y'all are just calling this a double shooting. You don't know if it's a homicide or a double.
Correct. We don't know. It could be either one. It could be a murder-suicide, and we'll find a gun there, and the evidence, the physical evidence will match and be consistent with an apparent murder-suicide, or it could just be a double homicide.
Can you tell us about the calls, previous calls to the house? What were they about?
There were apparently some ongoing issues between an ex partner of the female, it appears. But we're going to look into that to see, what was the exact nature of them. I don't want to speculate too much simply because this could simply be a murder-suicide and everything points to that, and I don't want to insinuate that some other person is guilty as the person didn't do anything. So, but we'll look into any previous calls for service or any interactions between an ex-partner and this couple here.
And you're saying they were found in different rooms or different?
In different areas, yes. Nearby, not too far, but not immediately next to each other.
Do we know what part of the house?
It appears one was near the main living area, and the other one was in the closer to the kitchen.
The husband was found towards the
Yes, no, near the living area,
Okay,
Yeah.
and the wife was found by
closer to the kitchen.